Okay, testing, testing, testing. One, two, testing. Hopefully it works. So yeah, hello everyone. This is Rando GameGuy with another Rando Game Vlog for you today. And today we're going to discuss Banished. This is a Steam game that I found several years back. And just to give you some context about Banished, it's a survival simulation game uh, where you will take command of a group of villagers that were exiled from their original village that are planning to start a brand new civilization on their own, a second chance, if you would, hence the name Banished. So, uh, the rules of the game are simple as it goes. It's mainly to survive. So, with that being said, let's jump straight in and see what we got. So, we'll go ahead and start a brand new game here. So you can select your town, your map seed. If you want to put in a random seed here, feel free to do so. But for now, we'll go ahead and stick with this one. For terrain type, I always choose valleys for wider areas. Um, I had a bad experience with choosing mountains, so yeah, whatever floats your boat, go with it. Terrain size, always go for large. Climate, harsh, if you're wanting to get your ass kicked. And disasters are on. Starting conditions are medium, which is uh, okay-esque for in my case. But if we start with easy, then as it says, an easy game begins with 6 families, a large amount of clothing, food, firewood, building materials, and tools are provided. Homes and storage areas have already been built. Seeds for fields and orchards are also available, as well as herds for livestock. I go with medium from time to time because the seeds are limited. You won't have any um, starting flocks. But if we go hard, this will be very difficult because we're going to start out with 4 families, a small amount of clothing, food, firewood, and also tools and provided. No seeds for farming are available, so this will be very difficult. So for now, let's stick with medium and jump straight in. So, since we just picked up the medium difficulty, it is, uh, even though it's just medium, it will still be very hard. I'll show you why in just a bit. So, what happens here is, once you start out your terrain, like right now, you have to pause it as fast as possible and then make a quick assessment of the area. And for me, I always choose the terrain because this will actually determine how far you will go for your area. And since we're starting with 10 families, with 10 people here, you'll just need to mine out the resources within this area so you can have a nice, good area to start. And also the resources will help you out in the long run. So right now we're going to have to clear out a large portion of uh, to start out our farm. uh, Please note that when you start out your farm, always prioritize food and also your tools, because if you do not prioritize your tools, you might get you might be in trouble later on. I'm just saying. I had several tries um, to do this. So yeah, do not flame me. I hate being flamed. Flame. So just for context, I turned off music because it's a bit annoying and my ears are starting to hurt. So the next thing you need to build also is a stockpile. So that way you can stock up on where you need to be. Okay, so let's go with peppers, pepperoni, the peppers. Okay, so now that we have our farms, we'll leave that be for the meantime. Now we'll build our houses. This will actually be very important in the to ensure that you will be able to build up. But we're going to replace these houses later on with stone houses because stone is a lot better. They will actually provide more ample protection against colds and other environmental disasters, which we'll be needing later on since we turned on harsh weather. Life is like a weather, it just weathers. I know that's a bit cheesy, so do not flame me. I am making this recording for context. So while we're waiting for the builders to build this, the blacksmith and also the woodcutter, we'll need to uh, we'll soon need to prioritize medicinal herbs. So I would recommend that you go for areas that um, you won't need to access, like maybe here. It will be much easier if you build the area, the mm, the following, like let's see here, a forester lodge, herbalist. Let me see here, a hunting cabin, and also a gathering hut in one area, so that way you can prioritize on your prioritize the travel distance, because sometimes in this game you will have some difficulty traveling from place to place. So it's best to have it near rather than far. I think everyone can agree that being near your area is much easier than traveling a long way than uh, to just do something really quick like. So now that we have our blacksmith available, let's just minus the builders, and let's just add a blacksmith here, so that way we can have a steady supply of tools. Later on in the game, you'll need to prioritize on not just only on your food but also clothing, because once the uh, winter time arrives, it will be very difficult. It took me several tries just to master this, so it's very difficult. This game is very difficult. Do not be clickbaited. Believe me, I got clickbaited one time and it's not pretty. Okay, so while our people are gathering up the food, so just a little bit of a heads up. So crop fields will also require crop rotation, where you have to swap out in between like pepper and then squash, so that way you won't have to worry too much about the fields getting infested with all sorts of bad things. You do not want to have your place be uh, you do not want your crop fields to be infested. It will spell disaster for you and make your progress a lot more difficult. Okay, are now that we are at the late autumn and winter season, this is the perfect time for you to gather up as much resources as you can, and also build as many houses as you can, because the weather here can really punish you. Do not get punished like I did. But also keep a steady note here. Once you have a large number of houses, people get busy. and I do not want to go into detail about what that means. Okay, so now that it's winter season, we can just keep our we can just keep this going on its own, but we'll need to keep an eye also at a later time because it will get very difficult. I'm just glad that we haven't encountered any natural disasters yet. Oh man, I remember those natural disasters. I remember one time when, how do I put this? While I was busy grabbing a drink, mind you, it's just soft carbonated drinks, it's not alcohol drinks. A tornado went through my village, right down the middle, killing over 50 people and decimating my entire town. I couldn't bounce back. Believe me, it was difficult. Okay, so now that we're at our year 2, well, we don't need to worry too much just yet. Well, not yet anyway, but we need to start worrying soon because once the population reaches about 30-esque, we'll need to prioritize on um, getting more people for our um, well, at least getting more people because it will be very difficult managing an entire city without the proper resource. And we just lost all our food. This is not good. Okay, so squash. Okay. So yeah, this game is actually very not necessarily time consuming, but it's fun to watch your people grow on their own without you. The only thing you need to do is just place the building down and where you want them to live, and yeah, what is not to love? Okay, so guys, you may be wondering why I'm clearing out this entire portion of the map. I'm going to build out the lodge there later on, and also getting our food at a safe 2500, so that way we won't have to worry too much about food later on. Okay, so we might be in trouble here because if we don't get our food right away, it's going to spell disaster for us. Okay, one of our people is starving. Mm-hmm. Hopefully. Oh my god, we just lost someone from starvation. God, by the Empress. Okay, so now that we uh, just a heads up also, if your people die without a proper cemetery, you will be in trouble. Okay, so now that our food situation is being mitigated because we have 3 crop fields. Again, crop rotation is a must to avoid your fields from getting infested because an infested field will not yield anything, and it will take some time for the for the infestation to die down. And this also applies for the barns or pastures, if you would. Okay, so now that we're at the safe 2700 for the food, we can prioritize on clearing this area so that way we can plant the herbalist, our herbalist hut here, our foresting lodge here also, and the hunting cabin is here, and also a gathering hut here. I always want to place them all together so it won't be too problematic. Okay, so now that we're at the safe 2900 for the food, let's pull them all out and have them all on resource. Okay, so while the gatherers are busy gathering, hence the name, I'll have my builders prioritize uh, on these four. So once they are built, we should be in a safe place to start things off. Okay, you might notice a tiny hint of lag here because once this game once the population reaches a solid 100 or 120, it might start to lag a little bit. Okay, so let's um, okay, so once it hits early spring, we need to start gathering and fast. Okay. Okay, so hopefully we get this done before the 20-minute mark. It's already like 17 minutes, but yeah, who's counting? Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, we are done. Well, not necessarily done, but the four buildings that we prioritized earlier is now completed. So for now, let's have this connected here, and let's take it from there. Okay, so now since our food is not necessarily in a good spot, but we are working on it, so at least there's some good news there. Okay, so while we're at it, do you if you guys see here, when I click the Forester's Lodge, there's actually a big yellow circle. That's where um, the people that are assigned to do that will hunt or forage for food or other necessities. Bare necessities. Just the bare necessities. Please do not worry about your strength. Okay, so now that our herbs our medicine is going up, the good news about that is our people will be able to visit the herbalist to get healing, and once our people's average health goes up, it will be a lot better for us. We'll be in a very good position. So, uh, while we're getting the population to a solid 30, we'll be needing additional resources, like, but will need to start building a couple of stone houses, because these guys are actually much better than the wooden houses because they don't catch fire, which is the good part there. Wait, let me just arrange this into a better area, and here we go. And okay, and that. Okay, so why did I build a well? This is actually very important when it comes to certain areas that are easily flammable, hence the wooden houses. Once the wooden houses catch fire, it will start to spread within the adjacent area, and it's going to cause a massive disaster. But you don't, no need to worry. As long as we have our well nearby, all our villagers will actually stop what they're doing and start putting out the fire. Fire bad. Remember, kids, do not play with matches. Okay, so uh, since we hit the 20-minute mark, I guess we'll go ahead and stop it here. So right now, we're at a very safe position since this is actually we're at a solid 33 for our medicinal herbs, which is good. The amount of stored food, which is around 2500, which is okay. And also, we're going to start building our stone houses for against the winter season, which is going to help us survive a lot longer in Banished. And yeah, that should be everything that you need to know about Banished. And please like, share, and subscribe if you would like to know more about Banished and also other gameplays that you would like to see. And just a couple of announcements before I end this. So, aside from making this video, I'll be making another video about Yu-Gi-Oh! For my Odd Eyes Pendulum deck. Please expect that. I'll also try to buy Minecraft maybe sometime early May, or I'll go ahead and buy it maybe soon. I can't say for sure. Once I have my Minecraft, I'll be starting my old project again, which is building a castle. And I just lost someone due to childbirth. So yeah, uh, please expect some brand new gameplay footages from me. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you again for watching. This is Rando GameGuy signing out. Thank you again for your time. Peace.